Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. Oh, gosh. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. So it's my first live in, gosh, almost probably 2 weeks, maybe more than 2 weeks, as I was over in Vienna for the Stampin' Up! On stage. And unfortunately, I came home with a nasty souvenir. I came home with COVID, so I'm maybe sounding a little bit froggy today. Hopefully my voice will last and I won't have a cough, but I'm feeling much better. So I thought I'd jump on and go live today, and hopefully some of you will be able to join me as well. And if you do join, just let me know where you're from and make sure my sound is okay. I think I've got things set up. It's amazing how you kind of forget things after a couple of weeks. All right, so today I wanted to show you how I posted a blog post a couple of days ago called Stack, Cut, and Shuffle. Hey, Darlene, welcome. And I didn't have a time to do a video for it before I left, so I thought I would do it today. It's kind of an easy one. You can make 4 cards really easily. I got this, oh, hey, Nancy. Oh gosh, snowy. It's kind of a nice fall day here. I got a card at Backstage in August in a swap, and that's all it had. And unfortunately, I don't know who it was from. All it had on the back was Stack, Cut, and Shuffle. And I kind of figured out how she had done it. And I wish I knew who it was, because everybody loves this card, and it's a great way to make 4 cards really quick and easy, and to use up some of your designer series paper. We all have a ton of designer series paper on hand, and so this is a good way to use some of it. All right, I'm going to switch over. Excuse me. All right, so these are the cards that I shared on my blog post. Now this is using, I think it's called Lovely Linen or Lovely something Linen. And I didn't get anything else in the suite. I just got the designer series paper. So I made these cards, and they were just so fun and so easy. Hey, Vicky, welcome from Australia. So what I'm going to do today is show you how I made these cards, but I'm going to use the Boughs of Holly suite. So what you need, we're going to make 4 cards. Now I'm not going to put them all together, but I'll show you how. So you're going to need 4 card bases. So I have 4 pieces of Evening Evergreen cut 5.5 by 8.5. So we'll deal with that in a minute. The main thing you need is 4 pieces of designer series paper. So I have chosen 4 different pieces from the Boughs of Holly designer series paper. These are cut 4 inches by 5.25, and you just stack them on top of one another. Now, sometimes if your trimmer isn't got a sharp blade in it, you don't want to do this, and I'm not going to. I'm going to do 2 at a time, just because I don't trust my blades. But what you want to do is stack these pieces on top of one another, 2 or 4 or 3, and you're going to cut this. So we're going to cut this at 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut it down at 2 3/4. Oh, that's my trimmer, not that blade. All right, so 2 3/4. So now I've got 4 pieces, but let's take those 2 smaller pieces off. And now I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to cut this at 3 inches. Oops. Okay, so now I've got 2 pieces like that. If I put them back like this, now I'm going to take these 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 inches wide, and I'm going to stack them, and I'm going to cut them at, I keep getting my shirt, at 2 inches. Now, if I'm going to put the link to my blog post on this video, because I put the measurements in there if you've missed this. Okay, so the first cut we did was to cut the piece, after we've cut this piece 4 inches by 5.25, we cut it at 3 inches. And then we cut this piece that's 3 inches wide, at 2 3/4 inches. And then we cut that piece at 3 inches. So you end up with a piece that is 3 inches by 2 3/4, and a piece that's 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then this narrow piece that's 1¼ inches wide, you end up with a piece that's 2 inches and a piece that's 3¼ inches. Now, hopefully that makes sense, because my brain's a bit foggy. Gosh, I used to not understand what that meant. So now I'm going to do the second piece. So again, 4 inches by 5¼ and we're going to cut this at 2 3/4. And then we're going to take this and turn it and cut it at 3 inches. So those are match. And then we'll take this narrower piece and we're going to cut it at 2 inches. So we end up with a piece that is 2 inches and a piece that is 3¼ inches. Now that's the stack cut. Now we're going to shuffle. So what we want to end up with on your card is one piece of each of the designer series paper. Now it doesn't really matter how you do it. You just want to make sure that you end up with one piece that you haven't used. There should be 4 different pieces in here. So let's see, that one doesn't have that one, that one, that one, and that one. So now it's just a matter of rearranging these pieces in however you want them to be. And they will rearrange into a piece that is, they're going to butt up against each other, and they will rearrange into a piece that is 4 inches by 5¼ So you end up with 4 cards, quick and easy. Now I've cut an extra piece of real red. So my piece of real red is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, just because I wanted just a peekaboo of another color. So I'm just going to take and start adhering my pieces.
I didn't get that.
Oops. Siri somehow woke up. All right. So we're just gonna, it's just gonna have a peekaboo, like a 1/16 of an inch around. And these pieces, they can be moved around. You don't have to have, you're gonna butt them right up against each other. Like that, oops, butt them up. I absolutely love this designer series paper. This whole suite, I just absolutely love. Again, butt them up against each other. See how quick this is. This is going to be a start to my Christmas cards. All right, so there is my first one. So I will actually, let's do the other ones quickly. Let's see if I can do it quickly. You can flip them over if you want to use the other side on some of them, but I'm kind of liking this combination of colors. We made this in one of my Monday night card classes a few weeks ago, and everybody loved it. And in fact, I'm going to do a demonstration. Yeah, Nancy, I'm going to do a demonstration for my team. I'm on the Canada Inks Up team, and so I was asked to do a demo. So that's in just under an hour going. So this is my practice run, as Nancy said. All right, so that's not quite straight, but that's okay. I'm good with that. You can see how quick and easy these do go together. And you can move them around if you want these pieces over on this side. That works just fine, because they always go back together to make a piece that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. All right. Nancy, oh yeah, this is really pretty designer series paper. Nancy, this is a great technique for you, because I know you mass produce cards. So this is a really good one. All right, one more. Actually, let's put this one up top. Let's switch it around on the last card. Out of practice, gosh. Oops, somehow I didn't get that gone very straight. 2 weeks off and I have to think about things. Oh, just go like that. There we go. That and my foggy brain, that's not helping. Okay, let's see if I can get this one off. I kind of stuck it in the wrong spot. Oh, let's see. That's the nice thing about the liquid glue. It's a little forgiving. Oh, let's see. All right. Okay, I think that's okay. I just left too big of a border on this one, so we'll just kind of move it over. There we go. That's a little better. And then the last piece. Oh my gosh, Nancy. 170 Christmas cards. Wow. I've probably made that many too, but I don't think I have them still. I don't know. I've given some away, and I'm going to have to start looking because it's time to start thinking about getting those Christmas cards out. Okay, so now I've got my card fronts ready. Now I'm not going to make all of them, but what I'm going to do is I've got, like I said, I cut 4 pieces of evening evergreen for the card fronts or the card base. So we'll just put one together and I'll show you just a really quick and easy way to put a sentiment on. Okay, let's just take this one. So this one will adhere on. Like that. Okay, now what I did was I went ahead and I cut a piece of evening evergreen, 1 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then a piece of basic white, 1 inch by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to put these across. I'm going to stamp in real red, and I'm using the stamp set called Brightest Glow, which is all these great sentiments, and I'm going to use this one that says "To you and yours this Christmas." And I'm going to stamp in real red, just making sure it's straight. I'm going to stamp over on one side, not bad, because I have some of the textural elements, and I'm going to put one of those on. So you could decorate it with, you could stamp on my other ones that I showed you at the beginning. I actually stamped, I think that's from Fitting Florets stamp set. Okay. And so now we'll just take that. Now you could use dimensionals on this if you wanted to. I'm going to just use liquid glue because I kind of seem to be in that kind of mood today, just quick and easy. Oops, definitely have to use an embellishment on that one because I got a little spot of ink, not where it's supposed to be. All right, so let's just take these textural elements are so amazing. You have to be a little careful with them. See, they are made of, I think, balsa wood, so they are a little delicate. And I'm just going to take my Take Your Pick tool and stick. My edges are not sticking down here. So a glue dot on the edge, if you ever have that, will just hold that in place. And then these are the festive pearls. that I thought would go well with this. So I'm just going to use one. I'm going to cover up my little red ink spot there. And these are the ones that are in soft succulent. All right, see how easy that is? Quick and easy. I'll do the rest afterwards, but I did actually, I've got an inside, but I don't have a stamp here except for, let's see, what else I can put. Maybe let's do this Joy. It's just pretty. Come on off. And we'll stamp that in real red as well. Oh, Nancy, my goodness. 200 cards, you guys. Wow. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Well, this will be a start for me. These will go into my pile of Christmas cards. So that means by the end of my other demo at 1 o'clock, I will have 8 cards. So I think I'm doing pretty well. There we go. Okay, so there is a really quick, easy way called stack, cut, and shuffle. So we'll finish those off afterwards. And then I'll bring these ones back, these thank you ones that I did. Again, these were done in the linen designer series paper. I didn't do my shuffling very well on these because I ended up of 2 the same. So it doesn't really matter, but I guess I wasn't watching when I did that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm so happy to be back. I missed everybody. I like my straight sentiment. Yeah. Just having something basic on the front is kind of nice when you've got so much pattern from the designer series paper. Okay, I plan to be back on Tuesday night for my sketch challenge. I'm going to assume that I will be feeling much better by then. I am feeling much better today than I have since Thursday. So that's good. So I'll be back Tuesday night at 6:30 for my sketch challenge, and I hope you'll be able to join me then. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Happy stamping.